Hey, Happy New Year to everyone, and hope you're having a good first start to the new year. I can just feel the energies are better, so I think it's going to be okay. A lot of challenges coming our way, but as I said in the last video, we have the power now, and things are going to turn around slowly but surely because we are ignoring them and raising our vibration to match what we want in this reality rather than what they want to give us. And it has to change. There's no way around it. That's how energy works. And so let's just keep it going and stay high. You've got goals and plans in place, so live in the now and be thankful. Enjoy the moments that you're given. Those moments are going to give you the power that you need to know what to do next, the creativity of that moment. We all know that when we plan things out, they don't work that well, and it just becomes a big jumbled mess usually. So we have to learn not really to have a specific plan. We can have a plan that we want to move forward or get out or whatever it is we want to do, but we don't want to lay it out step 1, 2, 3, 4 in such a concrete way that we lose opportunities that might be trying to come in that are blocked because of that. So we want to really keep an open window, an open door to whatever may come in that we are not even, considering. And it's very, very key because that's a lot of times the way we need to go. And we're like, wow, where'd that come from? What a great deal. This worked out really great. So it's really, it's time to observe those things and realize that that's how we move forward. Not necessarily by planning everything out in detail and getting frustrated and anxious over the whole thing because this didn't work or that didn't work or whatever. We have to just be open to letting life flow and see what comes. It's always going to be a sense of wonder at how everything unfolds. And it's going to be beautiful because we're not going to be locked into something and frustrated if it doesn't work out because we didn't have a plan per se in place. And so it's counter from what we've understood before, but we all can look back and say, yeah, I know what you're saying. This really is true, that plans don't always work out and then you get frustrated and then the whole thing just falls apart. So let's try something different. Let's try something new and let's try something fresh, and just let it go, let it flow. And you'll see some amazing things coming your way that were not expected. So if you live in the now, you're going to be able to navigate through things much, much easier, much smoother with that non-resistance, non-judgment, non-attachment. Those 3 things are very key in bringing about the best that we have. Because we know that our spirit is within us and guides us and helps us and directs us. And it's really beautiful when you can let go and not try to hang on to the control, which really takes you nowhere and you usually crash and burn. So, like I said, this is the new year. Let's good energies. Let's try something beautiful and new and fresh and see how that goes. Be the observer of your own life and just be thankful. Very, very key to be thankful in our hearts for everything. Even if it's something that we're not really into or we don't want, there's always something to be thankful for. The lessons learned, the challenges met, even the failures that come because we learn those lessons. So it's all good, nothing has to be, good or bad. Usually the bad ends up being good in a way that we never understood. And sometimes the good doesn't really get us anywhere because we're not thankful. We're taking it for granted. We're just thinking it's always going to be, so we don't understand the full picture. So I think we can all relate to that. And if you want to consider looking back at my videos from before, started in September 22nd of 2021. I have 10 videos now, and this will be the 11th. So take a look back and kind of remind yourself of what I've been sharing with you and how you relate to it, how you can share and offer other things that might be helpful to us all. But definitely go back and look at those because they just kind of set the stage for everything that's coming and gives us the, setting us free, living in the now, waking up to courage. All of those things are going to just give us more power and more energy and more light to connect to everything and everyone around us and make a complete difference within our homes and within our jobs, our schools, our neighborhoods, communities, global, all of it. We just, there's no limit. So let's just keep going and bring out the best that we have. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I'm just trying to get on here and see what comes because that's usually the way that it works for me. I don't really, as I said, plan and have a piece of paper that gives me all these things to talk about. I just let them come as they may within me, and it usually works out pretty good. That way it's not my ego and it's not my emotions or my thoughts. It's my spirit completely, and that's how And that was one thing I learned was instead of saying I want this or that to happen or I want to be like this or that, we need to stop saying that because that comes from a place of lack. And we need to realize that we're full and complete and beautiful as we are. So we replace that word with prefer. I prefer this or that. And just that one word can make a huge difference because we now are coming from a place of abundance and just bringing ourselves to what we prefer, whether it's who we're with, what we're doing, how we're doing it, any number of things you can use that for. And so we have to, think outside the box and start realizing that just changing some words around from a place of lack to a place of abundance can really, really be a game changer. Just like being thankful in your heart, instead of resisting and just having this bitter anger about things that are not working in your life. You find a way to be thankful and see the good that can come from it, and then you'll find yourself in a whole nother place with a whole nother situation that really does work for you. But if we resist what is, it's just going to become stronger and more grounded and harder for us to get out of that situation. So we have to embrace it, and let it work, let it flow through us and move us to the next thing. So we just have to come up with different ways of being and realize that it's within us to do that. We don't have to follow the conditioning and the programming that, you know, has been all around us that we didn't even recognize, but now we are starting to recognize it and how we're being used because of our emotions and our thoughts. And so if we let go of that and step back and become an observer, we're going to see that something very different comes into play that we didn't expect or understand. That's the small voice inside of us saying things to us. And we're realizing that a lot of the things that we thought were good are no longer that way. They served a purpose at the time, but no longer. And we don't have to hang on to them. We just let them go because something else will take its place that meets our needs now as we continue to grow and understand who we are individually and collectively. You know, we need to get excited about that and say, I'm light and I'm energy and I'm eternal, and they don't have any power over me anymore. You know, I am letting my spirit take me where it needs to, and it will always take you to the highest and best place for you at that moment. Even if you don't see it or understand it, you can trust it and breathe and just feel those energies and feel the difference that takes place within you and others around you. Not just, well, it can happen on a physical level, a mental level, an emotional level, a spiritual level, you know, all of it. If we let it in and allow our minds to be open to something far beyond what we've understood before. And that's really what's happening here. You know, we're being pushed to break out of those boxes and look at things really with the eyes of nature. You know, nature heals, and nature has a way to take care of us that is right there in front of us, has been there all along. And we just need to believe it, know it, tap into it, experiment, experience it, so that we can, you know, validate it within ourselves and just watch everything change. You know, we can choose to walk around in doom and gloom, or we can, you know, rise above it all and really create our own realities. And whatever you hear on the news, or, you know, just anything out there, like I said, a lot of that cannot be validated. It's just thrown out there to get a reaction from us. And, you know, we need to stop. We need to stop playing that game and realize that we're so much more than that. We're so much more powerful. And we can take care of ourselves. And we don't need, like I said, to choose sides. We don't need to choose sides. We need to stand in the middle and realize that everyone has a free choice, and it's okay. You know, what we look like on the outside is not who we are. You know, we are something so much more spiritual and beautiful. The essence of what we have to offer is unique and different for each one of us. But it works. It works together for all of us. So don't pick a side. Just step back, walk away from the table, say the game is over, and start letting your spirit, take you where you can't even imagine. Well, imagine it, because it can be done. It will be done. It has been done. So the imagination in all of us needs to come out. It needs to come out. It's not just for children. It's for all of us, and it's very, very powerful. So dare to imagine yourself wherever, whenever, however, and know that there are no limits, and that you make a difference in this world. Completely, collectively, it cannot be denied. So let it flow. Go within. Do all the things that are going to make you healthy and strong and beautiful from within, and shut off the noise and let yourself shine. So I'm thinking about all of you and all the different struggles that are going on. Just know that we can overcome. We have overcome. They're just, not going to give up easily. And there really are no enemies. Everybody's in their own place. We all are making our choices. We don't give consent, and that's our reality. So keep on keeping on, and we'll talk again later. Okay? Bye-bye.